Today I want to talk about Asperger's and demisexuality. In my opinion, the two things probably frequently go together. A person with Asperger's usually has a preoccupation with one thing, and I think that that can carry over into the sexual realm or the romantic realm or whatever you want to call it, as a tendency to just focus on one person. And what this has meant for me during my life is that I will get a crush on one person and I don't see any of the other people. I don't see any of the other options that apparently other people are seeing. I tried something, I don't know, a few months back because I became aware that most people, I guess they're looking around, scoping out other people all the time. Well, with Asperger's, I mean, I'm just not that interested in scoping out people, so I just don't really do it. I mean, maybe something will really stick out for some reason, but I'll look over there. But, I'm not going to be like scanning around like, oh, who's cute or whatever. I just don't really notice. So I thought, why don't I deliberately try to do this? So I went to the movies and I thought, okay, now I'm just going to look at all the men and see, like, am I attractive? And so I really just kind of like looked around and tried to look, and I just got like no, hit. Like, it just didn't have any effect on me whatsoever. I mean, it didn't have anything to do with where my head would go about a person. I wouldn't be like, oh, wow, he's cute now. Let me go think about him again. And then, oh, but that one's cute. It's like, no, it basically had no effect. And I contrast this with the times I've gone out, say, on dates where the person will be just, patently looking around, blah, blah, oh, look at that. And then they smile and they say hi to some pretty woman walking by or something. And I'm kind of like, wow, that's so foreign to me. And so, I don't know, it's kind of gross and demeaning, really. But I guess, maybe other women are really okay with that. Maybe they feel that they can sort of compete or something like that. But I have no interest in that or part of that. Like, I'm not going to be going around flirting with people, because that's another Asperger's thing. We really don't flirt. And when you're demisexual, who are you going to flirt with? Because you're just not interested, So a demisexual demisexual, I don't really see it as a type of asexuality, because I don't think of myself as asexual at all. But I do think of it meaning that I really only think about one person. And, when I look back over the years, I would say I maybe found myself attracted to maybe 2 people in a year, maybe. And that would have been if, nothing had happened, and, maybe I developed a crush on one and nothing happened, and I'll still be, still be walking around. Now, walking around like not looking for anybody because I'm just thinking of that person. I just don't move around like that in my head. So, now, when I was in my 20s, I did spend some time doing what I had called, I think I've mentioned it in much earlier videos, I called it forced dating. And, at that time I did kind of try to experiment a little more with, being more open. And, and I did kind of find a boyfriend. But, it really didn't go along with my crush thing. It was okay. I guess it was reality, versus the crush. So I had this real boyfriend for a couple of years. But, you find out negative things, and that goes sour or whatever. But anyway, but what I really wanted to try to get to was that there's an incongruity between your aspies and your demisexuals compared to the rest of the population, who are scoping and scanning, and they somehow are able to juggle all this stuff and make it okay in their head to be doing that. And for me, it's like, wow, that's gross. I think how many people, if they're like picking up all these people and hooking up and NSA and all that stuff, think of all those body fluids that they're like sharing around all the time. Now, if I look back over the last decade, well, I shared bodily fluids with one person in that time period, and it was only saliva. So, I just really balk at the idea that people think that, you're going to walk in, go on a date thing. They're going to like be scoping everybody else out, and then they're going to try to like nail you for sex and probably give you some disease. I don't know. It just, the whole thing, the whole way, especially with the internet and especially with all of the access people have to ways to cheat and stuff like that, the whole thing really just does not compute. So, I don't know. I guess that was my ramble on Asperger's and demisexuality. Or whatever. Bye-bye.